What's going on, guys? Oh my Godzilla back here with a fun end of year video, guys. I always like to do a wrap-up video, top couple of figures of the year, go through what we thought was the top figures of the entire year. So I have 5. I have a couple of honorable mentions. We've had an amazing year, obviously. Tons of Godzilla content, tons of figures, and even more on the way with 2024, bringing us more Godzilla content. Because without further ado, let's talk some figures.
Oh my god!
Alrighty, guys, so jumping right in, we're going to start off with our number 5th place figure of the year. And this one, it's basically a re-release of an old figure, new color palette and whatnot. But it's one of my favorite kaiju in the in this realm, and definitely an underrepresented figure in my collection because he doesn't get a lot of love. That is the Bandai Titanosaurus. So, guys, here he is, our 5th place figure of the year. Love this Titanosaurus. It's great. It's basically a remold from a Titanosaurus we already had, but I'm just happy to see more Titanosaurus love. He's an amazing looking kaiju, and this is a really unique, fun paint twist on him. Cool looking tag, great crispy image. Love that. Really enjoy this figure. The face looks great. I love the paint on the eyes. The fins and the spines just look great. Really cool colors. Bandai did an excellent job with this. This was definitely one of their best efforts from the entire year. Super happy to have a Titanosaurus in the collection. Jumping right into number 4, guys, another Bandai figure, and a figure that as soon as we saw the promo images, I knew this was going to be epic, and after seeing the movie, I loved it even more. This figure really earned a place in my heart and earned a front spot on the shelves, and just this really awesome figure. That being a figure from Godzilla -1, that is the King Series Godzilla -1. Our 4th place winner, the King Series -Goji. Super stoked about this figure. It looks great. Could have had a little bit more paint kind of on the back half of the figure, but the front especially just looks perfect. Guys, such a great job done. The eyes look just fantastic. I think they did a great job. Bandai did an amazing job with this figure. Texture and detail inside the mouth, paint, the sculpt is just phenomenal. Guys, and just being able to have the King Series back is worthy enough. I think they did a great job on this guy, and I hope we continue to see more King Series figures in the future. I know at some point next year we're getting an atomic version of this figure, so obviously that will be a heavy hitter for Contender Figure of the Year next year already. He is in the favorited category for sure already. Coming up in 3rd place, guys, is going to be a set. This company had a surprisingly large amount of figures on my top list last year. They had 2 of the 5 spots was held by this one company, and it was definitely kind of a sleeper company for me. They take forever to get their sets out, but when they come through, they are amazing, stocked with accessories and pieces and detail and whatnot. That is, guys, another set from Mezco Toys, the Godzilla 1974 set. Here is our bronze medal winner, the Mezco set for Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla. Amazing looking set here. Of course, Mezco totally hooked it up. We have multiple heads and pieces for all these figures, but I didn't bust them out for this. But just an awesome Godzilla. Great atomic breath. Great looking figure there. Godzilla looks great. King Caesar, super cool to get some representation for him. Obviously, it's really cool to have him with an effect piece. And they just knocked his design out of the park, sculpt and all. Looks absolutely gorgeous. And then Mechagodzilla, look at this. I loved getting so many accessories for this guy. This is amazing. Between the missile hands, both eyes having their rainbow lasers, and the chest cannon. Just so cool to have this figure on the shelf. He just really pops, especially with all those effect pieces. Good job, Mezco. Keep up the great work. Guys, claiming that number 2 spot is going to kind of be, maybe I'm cheating a little bit, but that number 2 spot is going to be kind of a two-way tie with 2 figures that were released basically, you know, in the same, they're in the same wave of something, so I don't feel bad about including both of them on this list, guys. Number 2 was, of course, being in the very top of the top, the Super7 Destroya and Godzilla 1200 degrees Celsius figures. Guys, 2nd place winners, Super7, Godzilla 1200 degrees Celsius, and Destroya. Just amazing detail, paint, gorgeous, everything. Super cool. It's amazing to get a figure like this guy, this Godzilla. Super unique. It looks great up on the shelf. Totally brutal and destructive. Just crazy. I love what they did with this figure. And the translucent paint, and it just looks awesome. And then Destroya, what a freaking unit. Just massive. The wings could have been a little bigger even if you wanted to, but whatever. I have nothing bad to say about these figures. They are super phenomenal. I guess the one thing I could point out is Super7 still decided not to give us a jaw articulation on Destroya, instead of providing us with 2 separate heads. But guys, super amazing work from Super7. If they keep up this level of work, they are just going to be unstoppable in the future. They definitely get the award for most improved. Looking back on their first couple releases to these guys, oh my goodness. Guys, before we get into the number one figure, which I'm sure all of you are just so curious as to what it could be, what could possibly be the best figure of the year. Before we get into that best figure of the year, I want to toss out a couple of quick honorable mentions, just, you know, figures that are really amazing in their own way, but didn't quite make it onto this list, but they were definitely on my radar for the list. Guys, first one is going to be all of the HIYA Stylist series. We had 3 Godzillas and a Kong. All of them are amazing. They're super cool. Just, you know, statue series from HIYA Toys, so of course they're going to be amazing. They look great. But they just got wedged out by a couple other figures. Guys, another honorable mention is the SH Monster Arts Gigan, Showa era Gigan. I really enjoyed that figure. Glad I was able to pick it up. And it's just a fun one to have on the shelf. It looks great. SH Monster Arts really delivered on that one. Another honorable mention, guys, is going to be the Blue Theater exclusive -1 Godzilla. Really cool, unique figure. You know, pricey, hard to get hands on, sold out very quick. I'm glad to have it, very glad to have it in the collection. And that was another one that just was wedged out by a couple of other figures. Guys, another figure that made it on the honorable mentions list is the updated Godzilla vs. Kong HIYA Toys figure. All things considered, that might be, you know, had I decided to include it, it would probably be top 3. You know, maybe the best. It's a gorgeous looking figure. The only reason I didn't include it is because the version 1 was last year's figure of the year. So, you know, I just felt like to just repeat HIYA on a re-release would have been a little cheesy. So I figured I'd give it a shot in the honorable mention section, but not quite give it a spot on the list. And another figure that I did not end up getting my hands on, that from the looks of everybody's pictures and videos, would definitely be on this list. I have it ordered. It's shipping soon, but I was not able to get it in the initial wave of releases. That being the SH Monster Arts -1 Godzilla. That figure would for sure have been on this list. Just looking at it, I didn't go aggressive on it at the start, and then as soon as I saw -1, I was like, oh my goodness, this figure is amazing. This movie is amazing. This design of Godzilla is just incredible. But it was sold out, so I had to order, you know, one of the delayed release ones. So hopefully that'll be here early next year. We'll do a review on it for sure. But unfortunately, that figure could not be part of our list. So anyways, guys, drum roll please. What is the figure of the year? You all probably know it already. Massively anticipated figure here. And just a home run on almost all accounts, guys. Of course, HIYA Toys takes back-to-back best figure of the year. The best figure of the year for me was HIYA Toys King Ghidorah from Godzilla King of the Monsters. And guys, taking the gold, of course, again, is HIYA Toys, this time with their King Ghidorah from King of the Monsters. Just a phenomenal figure from start to finish. Amazing sculpt on these heads, perfectly done. Love what they did here. The wings are phenomenal, huge and gorgeous and, you know, posable. And he can stand by himself. Just great detail, great paint. Just, I mean, if you compare this guy side by side with the SH Monster Arts figure, which I did in the review, guys, you will see how much of an improvement HIYA Toys was able to get on the SH Monster Arts figure. This guy is amazing. I love his posability. I love the fact that he can do the walking pose. I'm terrible at getting him into it, but it's great that he has that option to pose him. But he just looks so good with the giant wingspan. HIYA Toys, once again, claims the gold in terms of figure of the year. Guys, we'll see if they can get the three-peat next year. And I don't know a lot about what they're releasing. I guess we have a couple of things with the Skullcrawler. Godzilla 2014 will probably be out then. Hopefully they do a -1 Godzilla. If they can knock out a -1 Godzilla, whew, I think that I'd call that as figure of the year anticipation right away. But anyways, guys, great job to HIYA Toys. Love what they did with this Ghidorah. Just amazing. Alrighty, guys, that about wraps up the figures of the year. Let me know in the comment section below, guys, what was your top favorite figures of the year? I'm really curious. I always like knowing what you guys like. Obviously, I just gave you my opinions. Top figures of the year. We had a great year of figures. We have another great year of figures coming up next year. I'm sure HIYA Toys, SH Monster Arts will get their hands deep in the new Empire figures, and I cannot wait for those. I'm just ready for HIYA Toys to knock it out of the park and give us an amazing Godzilla, Kong, Shimo, and Scar King. Maybe even a Doug, Suko. You know, all those goodies hopefully coming from HIYA Toys next year, guys. Super excited for what they are going to bring to the table. You know, SH Monster Arts going to do some stuff. I'm really hoping we get some Bandais. I'd be shocked if we didn't. But, you know, the Monsterverse definitely doesn't get too much love from the Bandai world over in Japan. So hopefully we start getting a ton of, you know, cool merch for this stuff. We continue to get merch for -1. We're getting the Super7 -1 figure. That's going to be amazing. So I'm definitely excited. We have a good year of figures and Godzilla content still to come in 2024. Guys, Happy New Year. Thank you so much for a really fun, amazing year on the channel. This year was a lot of fun getting content out and talking with you guys about the new movie and the new figures and, you know, everything. I love engaging with you guys and being able to chat and having this platform to talk to you guys. So please let me know your thoughts on your figures of the year in the comments section below, guys. Thank you so much for watching. We will see you in 2024 in the next one.